Hello everyone, I'm Metis Balaska, and I'm back with another lore video with my friend Marcelis
Howdy, y'all.
So last week we didn't do a lore video, no, because at least for Honkai, because I only picked up one file during that stream. We're going to end up making up for that this stream with this recording. Yes, we will.
I mean, we got ahead of us then.
Yeah, so this is what I picked up on the station. I apparently missed a lot of stuff on the station. So apparently I can go back there whenever I want.
Okay.
Like even in the middle of the main story. So that might be something to do. And yeah, I picked all this through the main story this stream. So we'll start with the Herta Station one, where we picked up the fourth chapter of the Herta's manuscripts. Okay, so Interastral Peace Corporation. Chapter 2634, but the first three numbers are crossed out. Yeah?
No, I was gonna say, I mean, I'm assuming that that's either a typo or there used to be a lot more.
With Herta, I can totally believe the latter. Clipoth, the Amber Lord, a colossal statue without a head, silent and oblivious. They only think about constructing their mysterious and giant wall. What was it for? No one knows. What is it they're trying to keep out? No one knows. But most normal people will ignore it after realizing our ignorance, but there are always abnormal people in this world. There are two different types even in that group. One type thinks that, wow, there's a god building a wall. Well, this means walls are sacred, so we're going to build walls too. What kind of ridiculous logic is this? And with that, this group of people believes they've received some sort of revelation and began wasting precious resources to build useless things on their respective planets. These people are known as the architects. As for the other group, well, they're even dumber than the architects. Although the architects have a few screws loose in their heads, as they're at least thinking about doing things that are beneficial to themselves. On the contrary, the other group of people think that, wow, there's a god building a wall. This means walls are sacred. So we have to help God build walls. What? You want to switch chapter by chapter, or switch per whatchamacallit?
I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind whichever you'd like. You can do that if you like. It's up to you.
I think it may be easier to keep track if we do it to entry by entry.
Cool.
Why is my head bugging out?
I can't see your head, I'm afraid.
Just for some reason, the head of my model is like snapping itself to the side. With that, a group of people filled with the self-sacrificing mentality gathered and formed a team for Clipoth. Knowing that they're not exactly capable of doing anything, the support team used the power of paths and flew to different worlds to source the various materials needed for building walls as a tribute to the god. And at this very moment, two intelligent individuals emerged from this group of imbeciles and changed the destiny of the entire cosmos. And now the writer will explain the event in some following detail. And I will do so in totally not looking down on these people like I totally haven't been.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Clipoth is the Aeon of preservation.
Okay.
Hence why preservation is all defensive abilities.
Okay.
First, the support team flew to an unfamiliar planet. They were lucky to find the planet inhabited by a friendly race who received them warmly. The support team said, "Respected companions of the cosmos, the universe is facing destruction, and our Aeon is building a wall spanning across light years to protect the cosmos. We urge you to take part and join in the constructions." The aliens replied, smiling, "Wow, that sounds extraordinary. What can we do to help?" The support team said, "We need wood, stone, rebars, cement, titanium, anything and everything that can be used in construction. We want them all." The aliens replied, "Good, we have a lot of those materials. What will you use to trade for them?" And this is when the first landmark of economics was born, the trade of resources. I'm totally sure it happened like that.
Mm-hmm.
The support team says, "Oh, we have a lot of wood, stone, rebar, cement, titanium." Oh no. What? Oh no, I didn't reread anything.
No, it looks like it does.
Yeah, that is really worded. We have a lot of wood, stone, rebars, cement, titanium, anything and everything that can be used to build stuff. We have it all. The aliens replied, this kind of trade would be pointless. I mean, it kind of would.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when the wise ones take the stage. Today, both of their names are inscribed into each wall and ceiling panel in the IPC. Louis Fleming and Dongfang Xi King. Xi Jing. Qi Jing. Or Qi Jing?
It's Qi Jing.
Yeah, Qi Jing. The wise ones quickly answer, there is a planet called Clementine, and three systems from here. It is inhabited completely by zombies. 3 points to anyone who gets that joke.
Is this a Walking Dead reference, like, for the game?
And you get 3 points.
Wow, I am rich in points. I can buy a lot with these points.
It was a local specialty called winter sun fruit. That is incredibly delicious and melts in your mouth. The two upsold the berry as if it were something that fell out of the heaven, and thus began the glorious trade of ripping people off.
Uh-huh.
The alien reply is, "Wow, that sounds amazing. Okay, 500 kilograms of wood for 500 kilograms of winter sun fruit." And this is when resource gain and quantitative value. Winter sun fruits are extremely precious. Wise man number one, Louis Fleming says, an entire amber era wouldn't yield 500 kilograms of it. On the contrary, 500 kilograms of wood means very little to you. How is this? We trade 500 kilograms of winter sun fruit for your 500 kilograms of 5 kilograms of winter sun fruit for your 500 kilograms of wood. I guarantee you will love it. Dear readers, this conversation took place nearly 800 amber eras ago. I'm sure you can tell that wise man number one was being completely dishonest. No, really? Though winter sun fruits may be delicious, it is nowhere near as rare as we describe it to be. The wise man was lying. He was able to do this because he had the ultimate advantage of asymmetric information. Once one party has more information than the other, they will gain the absolute initiative. When applied to this specific incident, it meant that wise man number one possessed the power to set prices. And with that, things start to develop in a positive direction. And the dream special realized is the team realized that they need to provide and trade with merchandise that the other party is interested in for them to get the resources that they want. The support team no longer purchases only construction material, but start by buying food, drinks, clothes, and everyday goods. They bought everything that other planets would be interested in. And the more business they did, the bigger their business grew. Intellect number 2, Dongfang and Qijing, realized something. If they're the only people in the entire cosmos that are in the trade business, then it's time for them to set their own rules. And with that, the galactic currency was born. More than 770 amber eras ago, Louis Fleming and Dongfang and Qijing announced the reformation of the support team and started the Inter-Astral Peace Corporation, IPC. At the same moment, the IPC introduced the Universal Galactic Currency credits. It's because we were definitely very imaginative, and this was never used in any other sci-fi property ever.
Not at all.
I mean, I personally have no problem with using basic currencies like gold and stuff, and in fantasy and sci-fi, it's perfectly fine. I mean, especially if you're not very good at that kind of world building.
Yeah.
Ever since that day, the people of each planet never had to worry about how much they should trade for their local specialties. Is everything already had a price tag attached to it. They would receive credits from the IPC and use credits to purchase merchandise from the IPC. The market is no longer comprised of 3 parties with the IPC in the middle. Now, people can purchase goods directly from the IPC, although the sellers and buyers didn't change much. This actually forms a great advantage for the IPC, and thus began capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
The buyer and seller
of space capitalism.
Yep. The buyer and seller asset movement seems to have come to a halt. Halted asset means that there are now deposit capital. Assets valued in the trillion and have suddenly become hidden behind the IPC credits and immediately fill the IPC pockets. But the IPC has bottomless pockets. And just like that, the IPC turned from being a small organization sourcing out materials for an aeon to the strongest force in the entire cosmos. Hail capitalism! However,
No.
it is... sorry?
No.
However, it is worth mention that even having made such a great accomplishment, the IPC forgot forgot why the organization was put together in the first place. The construction of materials and the IPC has accumulated over nearly 800 amber eras. The construction materials the IPC has accumulated over nearly 800 amber eras are now piled across each planet surrounding Aeon Clipoth. Theon has never uttered a word about their actions, nor made any use of their offerings. Even so, the IPC outlook remains unwavering. This is what you call faith. What? All right, miner's safety manual, because we were in a mine at one point. And we met Clara in those mines.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, this one's yours.
Give me a moment. Okay. The twine that binds the manual is out of shape. The inner pages are covered with black, oily fingerprints, making much of the text unreadable. Miner's Safety Manual. Section 1. Instructions for entering the mine shaft. Before entering the mine shaft, make sure you are fully refreshed and feeling good. Consumption of food or drinks that may impair bodily functions are strictly prohibited. Strictly abide by the mine shaft entry inspection system. 1. When entering the mine shaft, a safety helmet and work clothes must be worn correctly. 2. Bring a miner's lamp and ensure it has sufficient geomarrow reserves in it. 3. Bring the appropriate tools, materials, maintenance parts. 4. Ensure your rand counter is operating normally. Ignore the squeaks.
So geomarrow is an ore that's native to this planet. It's used to to make heaters.
Okay. Let's see. Attend the preparation meeting before starting each shift and pay attention to the work arrangements and safety precautions. 4. Be familiar with all the safe exits, road signs, and disaster avoidance routes. You won't because, well, who cares until it's time to actually do anything, and at which point you'll have completely forgotten them and you will die. But we've put up the notes. We've told you to do it, so we have no liability. 5. Be familiar with underground signals, safety signs in various facilities and equipment. 6. Be familiar with all the signs of underground water leaks. If you notice any of the following phenomena, immediately notify the shift in charge to organize an evacuation. The geomarrow veins turn dark and black. The geomarrow temperature drops significantly. Colorless droplets begin to form on the mine face, inner walls, or roof of the tunnel. Increased water spraying from the roof of the tunnel or water pressure head begins to form. Humidity level at the mine face rises. Harmful gas levels at the mine face rises. You hear the sound of water running.
I would think that number 7 would more be number 1, but you cannot notice sounds until you actually see something. So I get that makes sense.
I have a feeling that if you can hear the sound of water running, it's probably too late.
Yeah, probably.
Be familiar with the standard operation method of the rand counter. Pay attention to the radiation levels in the mine and carry out construction within a safe range. I mean, I'm being all like, 50s sort of like ironic, sarcastic about it, but it really is. There's not this. I was hoping this would be that, but it really isn't. It's too dry.
I thought you were doing the Markiplier sexy voice.
No. I don't do Markiplier sexy voice. I do this sexy voice. So, be familiar with the signs of geomarrow thermal reaction. If you notice any of the following phenomena, immediately notify the shift in charge to organize an evacuation.
Boss, why is the mine guy trying to hit on me?
I hit on everyone, sweetie. Now bend over. The humidity in the tunnel... The humidity in the tunnel rises, giving rise to a mist. Water droplets begin to form on the mine face, inner walls, or roof of the tunnel. The temperature in the tunnel rises, resulting in increased wall temperature, outlet water temperature, inlet water temperature, etc. The smell of fire, coke. Could do with a nice tasty coke right about now. Burning geomarrow, etc. You begin to feel uncomfortable and experience symptoms such as feeling hot, headaches, dizziness, weakness, etc.
I need
You
an
see
adult!
Or you see smoke. I hope everyone is feeling great. Wash yourselves, you filthy animals. We're just going straight normal now because I am just I will literally burst into laughter if I carry on like this. Section 2: Operating procedures for blasters. Strictly follow the instructions you're entering the mine shaft to prepare for work. You must have the blasting certification with you. Strictly obey the commands and orders given by the shift in charge. Carry out operations in accordance with the blasting instructions and plans. Carry out safety inspections for detonators before operation. And I'm turning into a Texan, I guess. Strictly follow the supervisor's instructions when placing charges. Wooden sticks should be used when placing charges in the blast holes. Do not throw highly sensitive explosives or charge bags into the blast holes. Follow the standard operating procedures when loading charge bags to prevent subsequent charges from directly impacting the previous charge bag. No, I'm just gonna keep. I don't have the energy. I want to be sexy later. Striking or possessing a stuck charge is strictly prohibited. Use a non-metal rod to dislodge the stuck charge instead. If any cracks or holes are found during the charging process, the operation should be stopped and the relevant personnel should be notified. Only resume for operations after the relevant personnel gives the proper follow-up procedures. After charging is complete, the debris on site should be cleaned up, paying attention to avoid damaging the detonating cord. The specialist should be responsible for connecting the detonation network. After the detonation network is assembled, the instructor should conduct a second round of inspection. The detonation station should be set behind the bunker or outside the danger zone. A preliminary warning should be used before the blasting operation. All personnel equipment and miscellaneous items should be evacuated from the danger zone. After confirming that the danger zone is clear, a detonation signal is issued, and then the blasting operation can be carried out. Entering the blasting site within 30 minutes after destination is strictly prohibited. After 30 minutes, the shift in charge should be entering the blasting site to check the situation. The warning can only be lifted after safety has been confirmed. After the blasting operation is complete, all the explosive devices should be counted and returned in strict accordance with the return process for explosive devices. An appropriate inventory shall be made. The following pages are stuck together for some reason, making it impossible to read further. Well, I can tell you that's my doing.
And I broke my neck laughing at that.
Good.
Okay, so this one's mine. Soulworm Festival celebration plans.
Can we just say like that whole thing was so like it was like I gotta give them credit. It's exactly as dry and boring as you would expect a fucking work manual to be.
Yeah.
Jesus.
To all residents of Rivertown, on the festive occasion, the Rivertown Administrative Committee and Chamber of Commerce offers our best wishes to all townspeople, and we have prepared a 7-day-long celebration for you. The specific arrangements will now be announced as follows. We sincerely invite all residents to attend and celebrate this wonderful festival together. 7-day celebration of Soulworms Festival. The Soulworm Festival will span 7 days this year, starting on Monday following the date of the announcement. During this period, the Administrative Committee will set up a celebration area in Rivertown Plaza for various activities. We will save the grandest celebration for Sunday, marking the culmination of the 7-day celebration. Unlimited food and beverages will be provided during the celebration, and all townspeople can indulge in the festive atmosphere without holding back on fine food and drink. That is a lie. There is no way you can have unlimited food and drink.
I'm telling you now, unlimited food and beverages is basically gruel and water.
Here's a rock. This is your food and drink. And try and squeeze moisture out of it, then eat it. That's all we can afford.
And the celebration area is just like a local like playground, but with some balloons.
Families can also organize their own booths during the celebration to show off that they have what they have to offer. The Sunday celebration will end at exactly midnight, announcing the official end of the 7-day celebration of the Soulworm Festival. You will not be allowed to sleep until then. Additionally, the Chamber of Commerce will also hold the Soulworm Festival Garden Party at the business street. Free pizza will be offered for employees. There will be numerous new Soulworm Festival themed mechanical handicrafts, as well as plenty of affordable and delicious sun cakes available. Everyone is almost welcome to shop to their heart's content.
Do not stop shopping. You better not stop shopping. We demand that you keep shopping.
Special arrangements for the orphanage. This'll be fun to talk about. In order to let children of the orphanage feel the warmth of the festival, the Rivertown Chamber of Commerce discussed the arrangement of the caretaker of the orphanage, Natasha. Natasha is Natasha was a character that like nursed us to health. She is a summonable character, and she's of the abundance path. She's a healer.
Okay.
This is in hopes that the children can participate in the Soulworm Festival through a homestay. Oh, Soulworm. I kept pronouncing it Soulworm.
I thought that's just how you were pronouncing it, but I thought that's how you were. I was like, so. Oh no, so. I'm not going to correct you.
Program with the residents of Rivertown and experiencing the familiar atmosphere during the festival. To this end, the Chamber of Commerce, on behalf of the orphanage, opened up registration for the family volunteers. When registrations open, many generous volunteers many generously volunteered. The Chamber of Commerce and the orphanage would like to express our sincerest gratitude to the kind and townspeople of Rivertown. At present, the orphanage has sent letters of acknowledgement to all families who registered to participate. The children will arrive at the successfully registered families as the night before the celebration to spend the joyous festive period with you. Free shipping and handling. Special arrangements for Silvermane and Guard family members. It has been more than a few years since the Silvermane Guards left Rivertown for the front lines. Taking the military families of Rivertown into consideration, you actively support your relatives' bravery and sacrifice, as well simultaneously contributing to your own strength to Rivertown's development. For this, the Rivertown Administrative Committee would like to express our greatest respect and heartfelt gratitude to you on behalf of all townspeople. The Soul Warm Festival is approaching. The Rivertown Administrative Committee and the Chamber of Commerce, so on behalf of the residents of Rivertown, we'll visit the homes of military family members to extend our regards. Also, we will bring special festive gifts to symbolize the joyous atmosphere. We would like to wish all the military families a happy festival and blissful life. We also happily look forward to all the good news and achievements from our Silvermane Guards away at camp. Jesus, and we still got quite a few to do. Notice under bridge.
Many notices are placed at the entrance under the Rivertown Bridge. The content ranges anywhere from official Rivertown announcements to missing persons notices posted by individuals. Number 1. No entry. Due to the uncontrollable invasion of monsters, Rivertown is now completely abandoned. The residents of the town have been evacuated. If you lose contact, please do not return to the town without prior authorization. The town entrance will henceforth be closed. The time to return will be informed at a later date. During the restriction period, no one will be permitted to enter the area ahead. Notice is hereby given. Rivertown Administrative Committee and Rivertown Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, that's the current situation of Rivertown right now. It is full of monsters.
So did this happen like during their big old celebration, or was that basically supposed to?
I have no idea. It was like this when we got here.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling you'll probably find where things were supposed to be set up. I don't know. It'd be a weird thing that they're gonna have this festival and then yeah. Let's see. Notice of minecart passage blockade. Due to the invasion of monsters in Rivertown's mine shaft, the town's main road is now under traffic control. Level 1 restriction. Details are as follows. Number 1, restriction period indefinite. Number 2, restricted vehicles, all railway cars. Due to the traffic control period, please make a detour to the aforementioned restricted vehicles when passing through Rivertown. If, however, you are Dr. Jones and a short round and police cop, you may, in fact, use the mine shaft and use a minecart at your discretion. Beware of thuggy. Well, no. I shouldn't say thuggy because that's what the movie uses, but apparently that's quite a racist. That's the depiction of that. Number 3, missing person. Kalinka Modric, 6 years old, timid and shy. She was separated from her family during the emergency evacuation. She wore a brown and white patterned fur bucket hat, a brown padded jacket, and tan fur boots. If any kind souls find this child, please take her to Dr. Natasha's clinic in Boulder Town immediately. You have my sincerest gratitude. I am Maria Modric, mother of the child. I have yet to find a stable residence. If there's any news, please contact Dr. Natasha directly. She knows where I will be. Is this the kid that you showed me earlier?
No. The kid I showed you earlier was Hook.
Okay, sorry.
Though, that might not be her real name, so it could be?
Can we just have a look at the character for a second? Because I'm curious now, because
I was going to make a joke if maybe this person wandered into Tartarus, because as a P3P, people get lost in Tartarus all the time. But I felt after the age reveal it would have been in poor taste. Given the design, I can see kind of like that would be her real name.
Yeah,
God, she's
I think that-
adorable.
she is very cute. Yeah, sorry for derailing. I'm convinced that that's her real name.
Probably. Okay, family secret: spicy puffy mushrooms.
Oh, I want to read this because it sounds sexy, but it doesn't look sexy at all. Okay. Read away.
This introduction is confidential to the restaurant. Please do not leak any of its contents. Dish: spicy puffy mushrooms. Level beginner. Style stir fry. Spice level medium. Preparation roughly half an hour. Main ingredients: puffy mushrooms 400 grams. Hammer pepper is 2. Chili peppers 2. Supplement ingredients: olive oil 1 teaspoon, cooking wine 2 teaspoons, and ground pepper half a teaspoon, sugar half a teaspoon, rock salt powder half a teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoons, and food grade oil sufficient and to mount. What the fuck does that mean?
It means sufficient amounts.
Garlic 5 heads. And if you want to have an extra good time, up the cooking oil to 2 bottles. Not cooking oil, cooking wine. Joke ruined. Steps: remove the stem of the hammer pepper and cut it into tubes, and cut the chili pepper into sections. 2. Remove the stalk of the mushroom and cut the cap into thin slices. 3. Peel garlic and cut the cloves into fairly large pieces. Do not mince the garlic. 4. Pour an appropriate amount of clean water into the pot and add 2 spoons of cooking wine. And 5. Bring water to a boil and blanch the mushroom slices for 2 minutes. It's 6. Remove the puffy mushroom slices, drain and plate is in a clean empty bowl. I almost read drain as brain. 7. Pour in cold oil, hot pot cold oil. Now you're giving mixed messages recipe. Before the temperature of the pot is dissipated, then the oil, when the oil is hot, add garlic pieces and stir fry until fragrant. 8. Pour in the diced hammer peppers and chili peppers and stir fry until fragrant. 9. Pour in puffy mushroom slices. Add 1.5 tablespoons of rock salt and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. A half a tablespoon of sugar, a half a tablespoon of ground and a half a tablespoon of ground pepper. Stir fry quickly, then cover the top and let it simmer for about 1 to 2 minutes. 10. Take off the lid and do a simple stir fry again. And 11. Turn the heat off and serve. 12. Bon appetit. Secret. 1. The strange aroma of the spicy puffed mushroom comes from a combination of olive oil and hammer pepper. When these 2 ingredients are mixed with mushroom, the unique aroma of the latter will be stimulated, so it cannot be substituted. 2. The stem of the puffy mushroom is woody, astringent and tough, while the cap is fluffy and crispy. So the cap must be used for cooking. 3. The blanching process doesn't take too long, just 2 minutes. Blanching for longer will worsen the taste of the mushroom. So I gotta point out one little problem. If this is such a family secret, why did you leave it out in the open for anyone to find?
Because they're dead, Max. You insensitive. Bleep, bleep.
Okay, so wildfire flyer. So wildfire is is a communal organization, from what I'm getting.
Okay.
They're like a sort of important organization in the underworld.
Okay. A shabby, handwritten flyer. You can feel the writer's effort as the paper has been penetrated at several characters, but you still can't read it. Sorry, you still can read it. Whoops. Boulder Town residents, when you receive this flyer, you should know that the fissure is now corroding our home. In the past, we had Silvermane guards repelling invading monsters at the front line. However, with an order, the soldiers have been sent away to the distant battlefield. They never came back. Without protection from the Silvermane guards, we saw the tragedy of Rivet Town. Some escaped to the Boulder Town, struggling for a new life. Some went into the mine, living a homeless life. But are those misfortunes fated? Of course not. Pick up your pickaxes, take up your explosions. We know that the fissure's corrosion never stops. We know that the monsters are running toward us. Stop daydreaming about when the Silvermane guards will return. We can protect ourselves. This is our belief. Wildfire's belief. Wildfire not only wants warriors. Warriors. We want more people to stand together and maintain the city's order from collapsing. We also need more people to contribute to scientific medical aids. We also want more people to discuss the future of the underworld. We also want more people to talk about Jesus. We look forward to your participation. Join us. You can ask any wildfire member you see in the underworld about how to join us. Gathering spot, Boulder Town, behind the gathering place. Turn right when you arrive at the barrel decoration on the top, then go straight.
So, to specify what the fissure is about, apparently there's this funky, growth sort of thing, spreading around and in the underground, and that's why the overworld and underworld are separated, because the underworld is being infected by these fissures, and the overworld is dealing with an encroaching internal cold that would practically kill people if they didn't have those heaters.
Okay.
Dreamland analysis. Recently, the psychiatric department has received a lot of patients suffering from poor sleep quality. The patients attribute it to excessive dreaming, most of which were related to stress from work and life. Normally, I'd ask patients to record their dreams, which I would then analyze. The Dreamland and patient could learn from their mental experience. Something they wouldn't have done otherwise. I found this method helpful for treating the illness. Some would believe that metaphors of dreaming are that the metaphors of dreaming are meaningless, but I don't quite agree. Dreams can stir up patients' feelings and emotions, which, at the very least, indicate it's a connection with the patient's feelings or experiences. But what exactly are these dream metaphors? As I've read so much about it, but the old world literature is incomplete, and I don't have a definitive answer. Well, according to one person, it apparently means you always have a problem with your mother. That's not true at all, but you see where I was going with that.
Oh, I know.
What's interesting is that there is a link between dreams and reality. In the past, people have used dreams to predict the future. I remain skeptical about saying that that dreams can predict. A déjà vu is when a person feels something that is currently happening has already happened before. I believe that this is not an exact dream, but a dreamlike feeling which is just as mysterious as dreams. But dream sharing is one possibility. Oh, so clairvoyance during dreams is unlikely, but being able to share dreams with someone just by touching their hands is completely viable? Sounds sus to me.
I've had predictive dreams before, like I've had deja vu, but like of mundane shit, like like an event that happened in a classroom, or something that happened like an interaction at like a birthday party in a specific location. It's just kind of like, yeah, that cool, like like some lottery numbers, or like like being able to stop like someone dying, so that'd be a lot more interesting. No, just like making a fool of yourself in class, or like just a talk with someone at a party. It's like, yeah, this was useful.
There was once a very young patient who recorded the ritual she would perform in her dreams. To my knowledge, the ritual exists only in the distant past, and the people around her had no means of knowing about it to begin with. No one told her about the ritual, so how did she know about it? This is why I believe that some dreams can be affected and influenced by others. But I have no idea how this is sharing, and the concept behind it works. Spooky ghosts. I am also reminded of one more thing. One more thing. Maybe it has nothing to do with dreams of prophecy. A patient once asked me, "Is there anything real in a dream?" The question is a hard one to answer. After all, your senses and memories are mixed together, and it's hard to tell them apart in a dream. We can only admit that we know too little about the dreamland. Oh, so like the dreamland is like an actual physical plane in this universe, I'm guessing.
I mean, they could be talking about like some sort of amusement park, maybe. I mean, there was one, at least in Japan, but.
Oh, you get. Oh no, this is a medical certificate. So this is a hospital one, so you get to voice this one.
Reference number, not gonna bother. Medical certificate. Name, Alger. Gender, male. Infection history. A member of the 3rd mining team. Long-term exposure to geomarrow crystals, crystalline dust, and noise. Symptoms. Dyspnea. Dyspnea accompanied by nasal obstruction. Hemoptysis, chest pains and pulmonary dysfunction, difficulty laying down, and edema of the lower limbs. Hearing loss, severe tinnitus, occasional auditory hallucinations, and severe insomnia. The patient's emotional regulation function is damaged, hard to stabilize the patient's mental state. Frequent episodes of anger, impulsion, and depression.
Okay, so I don't know exactly what. I don't know exactly a lot of the stuff that are on number 1, but this sounds horrifying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't sound particularly fun. Doctor's advice. Rest on it. Think about. think to yourself. Maybe I don't feel like feeling sad today. That'll help.
No, that would be pseudoscience, bros.
That'd be just every fucking person. Sorry, or go lose some weight.
That would be American doctors.
Doctor's advice. The patient has been mining geomarrow for over 5 consecutive years and has severe symptoms of pneumoconiosis. It's suspected that he failed to strictly follow safety protocols, which exposed his respiratory tract to working environment and caused infection. His physical condition will make it impossible for him to continue working in the mines. Signature, Natasha. Suggests thoroughly inspecting the safety and quality of the protective equipment.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
I'm telling you now, that's all that guff that was, it's all just like, it's one of those, like, all these kind of situations, like, here's all the strict rules that you need to follow, but we're also going to make it functionally, like, extremely difficult to actually follow those things while being, like, practical about your job. People write all sorts of rules and regulations without actually, thinking, oh, this actually makes sense.
Yeah.
But also, more likely tn not, all of their gear is probably made, it's probably just held together with duct tape and hope.
Yeah, probably. I'm going to turn on my light quick. It's messing with my model's tracking. And apparently talking generates body heat. Like, goddamn, I was cold before, and now that we're doing all this reading, I'm getting hot.
You're always hot, baby.
Why, thank you. Madden Tunnel is collapsing. Oh my god, it's a song.
Oh, it's London Town. It's London Bridge is falling down, but that's the tune.
Yeah, that's what I thought it may have been based on. Madden Tunnel is collapsing, collapsing, collapsing. Madden Tunnel is collapsing, crystalline buddy. Build it up with wooden stakes, wooden stakes, wooden stakes. Build it up with wooden stakes, crystalline buddy. Wooden stakes will bend and break, bend and break, bend and break. Wooden stakes will bend and break, crystalline buddy. Mine all the geomarrow, geomarrow, geomarrow. Mine all the geomarrow, crystalline buddy. Geomarrow is not for me, not for me, not for me. Geomarrow is not for me, crystalline buddy. I have a feeling this would have sounded much better in the original language. Because it felt like, particularly with the geomarrow, it was kind of stretching it a bit.
Just a bit, but it gets away just a little.
Meaning. The meaning of the song may simply be related to the difficulties in the construction of the Madden Tunnel. Well, however, its exact location is unknown. Only the song survives. There also exists other theories of its origin. A result of resistance to fragmentum. That's the fragmentum corrosion. That's the stuff that it's like spreading. Okay. In the underworld, and it's also apparently gotten into pieces of the overworld. Okay. There's another theory. Fragmentum monsters appear suddenly in many of the mines as fragmentum activity increased. It was too dangerous to examine the deep underground mines one by one. So the Silverane Guard stopped the fragmentum monsters' invasion by continuously bombarding the Madden Tunnel. Crystalline Buddy was believed to be the playful banter of the Fragmentum monsters. But because of the existence of the Madden Tunnel couldn't be verified, many people don't believe it actually happened. The old world's primitive idea of sacrifice. Other theories relate to primitive culture from the other world. That sacrifice can be... That sacrifice can be protected from collapsing. And can protect tunnels from collapsing. However, that theory doesn't work in the underground because as mine tunnels will collapse, no matter how many people's lives are how many people's life are sacrificed.
Yeah.
That has to be a translation error.
Yeah.
Oh, goody! You get to read this one, Greasy Food Magazine.
I wish I'd seen more Guy Fieri so I can really channel his fucking energy. But let's see. Due to being hung over the counter and continually exposed to cooking fumes, the edges of the paper have been stained with oil sprays. I'm planning to develop new dishes. If you have any ideas, let me know. Gertie. New item of the week! Wild herb soup! Customer comments, it looks kind of bad. It's all goopy and stuff, so it turned me off a bit. Don. It's called wild herb soup, but it's actually moss from the cave. The texture is refreshingly nice. The moss is cooked from the point of melting in your mouth, and it took on the broth's sweet and sour taste. It's hearty, but not heavy. Such a wonderful palate cleanser. I do agree with the comment above, though. Maybe change the name, or other customers may complain. Chef's response. Understood. I'm okay as long as it tastes as good. I'll think of new name, but because of moss supply is not stable, not sure what I will put on menu.
The number 2 reviewer you were reading, if you were a little more nasal with it, you would have sounded like that one hellhound from like the season 1 finale of Hell of a Boss. I know you didn't watch Hell of a Boss, but she was like okay, like. You didn't see them too often in Hazbin Hotel, but in all of about as there are hellhounds, which are like dog-like furries, and then
isn't that no? So I have seen some of Hell of a Boss. Isn't that like one character? Like
Luna. Yeah, she's a hellhound, and like one of the hellhounds in that particular episode was like a poodle hellhound, and she like had this very she had this very snobbish voice, but extremely nasally. It was like a parody of the voice. It's like she was talking like this. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Like, that's so totally bummer. New item of the week. Iron pot braised alm. Customer comments. Did you get the iron pot from some decommissioned machines? It's clean, but some part of the edge are a little rusty. Kills my appetite a little, dude.
Apparently Don doesn't know where he's from.
No. Hold on, can I just double check? Go back up so I can just check.
Yeah, it looks like Don and Saunders each time.
Okay. Alright. I can't blame Don for being fussy. The gravy was really well done, but it got burned a few times by the metal while I was trying to eat it. Gertie, is there some reason you insisted on using the iron pot? Please consider switching to a different container. Apologies. I recently read an old textbook called cookbook that iron pot are perfect for simmered soups and stewed dishes because they can maximize the deliciousness of the food itself. Let me think on how to improve. I am so sorry it burned. I'm sorry. I realize I'm probably being very insensitive to the Russians out there. I will not make that voice to the voice out there. I don't like your leader, but you guys are probably decent people.
Like, to be fair, I think you are. I think you pretty much sound like Colossus from the. You're pretty much sounding like Colossus from the original X-Men animated series.
Oh, cool. That's what I'm totally doing, guys. I'm totally doing that. I'm absolved. No way is there anything untoward happening here. Okay. Let's see. New item of the week.
Improved iron pot braised alm. The addition of crust is interesting. Makes the tin can look classier. Gertie, will you decorate the crust? Is that crust added on top of the iron pot? The only weak spot of the dish has now become its feature. The crust is warmed by its residual heat until it's crispy. Coupled with the tender almond meat dipped into the gravy of the pot, I dare say this is a piece de resistance just from this little tweak. Chef's comment. I'm not gonna do that voice again. Don, stop asking! I said no! Even if you ask me 10,000 times, I will not decorate the crust. Saunders, thank you for your constructive criticism. If it wasn't for you, I might not have realized the overheating issue with the pot. This dish will start being on the menu tomorrow onward. If you're coming over to eat, it's on the house. No worries. New item of the week. Candied mushrooms with pepper. Let's see. Customer comments. Appetizing, but not filling enough. It's not even large enough to get stuck in my tooth gap. I had to go home and have like 6 pieces of rye bread. It's a cold dish. This is unusual. The roasted candied mushroom paired with the hammer pepper flakes makes the sensation come in layers. This does. The spice kicks in just as the sweetness fades. As an appetizer, its portion looked a little small. I finished it before I noticed. Is there a non-spicy version? It tastes great, but I don't do well with spicy food.
New reviewer, join the chat.
A non-spicy version? I've yet to find a replacement for hammer peppers. I'm so sorry, but I probably won't be able to make it on short notice. Only the spicy version will be on the menu 2 days from now. As for Don, if your tooth gap is so wide, I advise you to have your teeth looked at.
Would you like some ointment for that burn, Dawn? Also, I feel for Elaine, and I've said this many times before, I can't handle spicy foods either.
Yeah, I'm not big on spicy food myself, but you know, I thought I was like the weakest, but I have met someone recently who's like weaker than me, so that makes me slightly better. New item of the week: rat jelly.
I'm sorry, what?
Meat jelly, my childhood favorite. But is it possible not to say rat in the name of the dish itself? I'm a little squeamish. I worry my childhood favorite will become my childhood trauma. Jelly can be considered a featured dish only locals would know about. The mad mole meat doesn't taste gamey at all. Mixed with minced garlic, there's something indescribably satisfying in having my mouth... There's something indescribably satisfying in having my mouth stuffed full of meat.
Phrasing!
Sorry?
Phrasing!
The yogurt dip is soft and airy, and at the same time, not too creamy, making it taste way better than the traditional fish jelly.
Saunders is getting a little too into it.
Expected of Chef Gertie. This reminds me of the era in which every family makes their own meat jelly. I'll change the name to Flavorful Jelly then. Put it on the menu next week onward. New item of the week: grilled mushrooms. Gertie, you have been towing the line in your pursuit of ingredient freshness. There's a reason why the mushrooms on the market have always been these few species. The ones you're using are all inedible. I've never seen mushrooms this colorful. Can they really be eaten? Oh, we've got Antonia this time. Oh, fuck, I didn't read the names properly. Oh no.
Don't worry about it too much. I think stuff like that is like small enough detail that it's fine to ignore it.
Well, listen, I know that some of you out there will never forgive me for this. I'm so sorry. The portion is quite filling, and the taste is okay, but it'll cause diarrhea after eating. It's quite a challenge for the customer's digestive system. Really? I apologize. I hope everyone's doing okay. I think that these mushrooms. I hope that this mushroom is not in relation to like the fucking fungus, like the this whole thing you were talking about, like the infection that's going around.
I don't think so. It depends on when this was. It depends on when this was written, but this is within. This thing has been going on for like, from what I'm getting, around 17 years. So it could be possible. This may be
Okay.
before they knew there was an infection to begin with.
Okay. New item of the week: deep fried rock crab. Maybe something actually edible. Well, let's see. Rock crabs themselves are extremely tasty, but are not suitable for deep frying, which makes it difficult to bite into the shell. I had to smash it with a rock to get the meat inside the pincers.
Where did you get a rock, Saunders?
Gertie, are you not able to clean the gravel on the crab? The tiny rocks coated the shell are pretty much indistinguishable from the shell after deep frying. It almost cracked my teeth while eating. The seller told me not to wash it too well, or some of the freshness would be lost when cooking it. I have yet to master the balance of this, so do give my apologies, however late it... Is that it? Is that weird? However...
Okay, either this is another translation error, or he was interrupted while this happened.
Possibly, but I have a feeling that it's a translation.
Yeah, especially because I get that impression too, because it doesn't say anywhere that it was in fact interrupted.
Yeah.
That it suddenly stops or something. Okay, Gothe Hotel tea time menu. Oh, this will be fun. Oh my god. What do you say? What do you say we end after this one and like continue with the rest another day?
I'm cool with that.
Because we are at about an hour of recording.
Yeah, no, let's stop here after this one.
And because this next one, but yeah, these next ones are going to be shorter, but just in case.
Then maybe then how about we, if they're shorter and you never know, there's a good chance you'll come across a bunch more. So it's up to you. Do you wanna stop with this one, or do you wanna read it before we, you know what I mean? Do you wanna stop here now or read it?
I've got an idea. How about we split this into 2 videos?
Sounds plan.
So I will stop stopping. All right, so I'll release 2 videos of this, the split of which will happen now.